I will be talking about picking interest, and I will be also sharing a little bit of what I've learned in this past 7 years of being in the industry. I was well, I've always been since I started in network marketing, I've been working with Nerve2 activation and some of the discoveries from Dr. Joe McCord. I actually was also working along with Paige prior to Actives, but I really found success fairly quickly once I started in Active. So anyway, let's get started. I am having some issues with my computer because my battery is always saying that it's dying. And if you see me moving my computer, forgive me, but I'm having issues with that. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my story and one of the dreams that I accomplished since I started Actives. I am originally from Mexico. I lived here for 23 years. I moved to California as an exchange student from my university here to study psychology, and then later a master's degree in business. And when I met my husband, Charlie Brenneman from California, we got married and had 2 kids. I was working as a human resources director in the corporate world, like everyone says that you should do, right, after you graduate. And when I became a mom, I really struggled. I did not know what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted desperately to go back to work and continue working because I loved my professional life. But after seeing my daughter, I just couldn't leave her after 3 months in somebody else's hands, especially being in a country that was not my own, or wasn't my family around, or anybody. Everybody from Charlie's family was working. So I struggled for a little bit. We financially were okay, but not great. We were barely making it every month. I wanted to visit my family as often as I could, and that was a struggle because we weren't making enough money. And Christina Godoy brought to me what Nerve2 was about, and that's when I decided to look into it and see if I was able to develop an international business from my computer along with being a mom. I think that was definitely a dream, and I loved it. I started, fairly quickly, I started moving up in ranks. I got to a leadership rank in the prior company, but it took me 5 years to get there. And then after that, I found out about Ryan Thompson and starting a new company. And I never in my life thought I was going to move, because I am the type of person that when I like something, I just can't move. But that when they offer you something 10 times better, how can you say no? So it was a struggle as well. And I decided to leave. I faced all kinds of things, lawsuits and all. But it was worth it. I couldn't look at someone in the eye and say I have the best product when I knew something better was out or was going to be out. So I joined Active since the pre-launch phase. After 6 months of launching Actives, I decided to retire my husband temporarily and follow my dream to move to Mexico. And my husband definitely had a hard time with that because he's been a government employee for over 11 years. And telling him, sorry, but we're not going to need your income. We're moving to Mexico and we're going to at least spend a year there and see how it goes. It went amazing. We travel in different parts of Mexico. I have my family here. It's been an amazing experience. It's been now 2 years since we moved here, and now we're getting ready to go back to California. I think the mission was accomplished. My husband speaks Spanish really well right now. My daughters made amazing friends, had the opportunity to spend time with my grandparents, 91 and 94 years old, thanks to Nerve2 activation and Actives. And anyway, I also decided to invest some of my money in real estate. We built couple apartments that are here in Mexico, and that has been also a great extra income. And I invite you that are part of network marketing to also diversify your income. I know a lot of you having this extra income is amazing, but try not to spend it only on food and things that are not going to generate more income down the road. We want to move in that cash flow from Robert Kiyosaki to the right hand side, right, to the 5%ers. And to be able to do that, you do have to invest your money in the right way. So that was some of the knowledge that I've gained doing network marketing. And that's about it about my story. Now let's get to business. There is definitely no magic words to say to pick people's interest, right? Or to invite someone to look at your opportunity. But definitely what has worked for me has been having posture. Sorry for I haven't spoken in English in a while, believe it or not, much less in a presentation. But posture and confidence, really believing on your project, believing on you, and believing on the person that you're sharing this with, right? Because there is definitely a reason why you're calling someone or approaching someone. And when you do that, it's definitely all about them, right? We're not going to be just barfing on them about all the things that we have done and the stuff that we have earned. And we really need to first find out about them and become great listeners. That has been a challenge because I love talking. Oh, my battery's doing stuff. Excuse me, let me just move this for a little bit. Okay, here we go. Let me go back. So, genuine smile. I do love smiling, and I know you do too. I know we get nervous, but make sure you do smile, even if you're on the phone. They can hear you smiling almost. Change the mindset of how to get for how to help, right? And we can only help somebody when we know where their pain is. Our main goal really is identifying the need and the problem of the person that we have in front of us or that has approached us. And in order to do that, I love this. If I would you, right? If I do something for you, would you do something for me? And that love reciprocation, I think, works great once somebody contacts you and say, hey, yeah, I want to know what is it that you're doing, right? So that really has helped me approaching people. And some of the examples, like for example, when you, if it's somebody that is struggling with their job and they either want to, generate more money, if I could show you a way to supplement your current income without interfering with what you're currently doing, would you be able to check it out, right? Or if they want more time, if I share a video with you that would show you how to have more time, money, and better health, would you be willing to watch a 2 or 3 minute video? Or if it's somebody that wants to be home, like I was, right? I wanted to generate more income. I didn't want to leave my kids. I wanted to do it from my computer. Then if I could show you a way to potentially replace your income and work from home, and for you to work from home full time, so you'll be there with your kids, would you be willing to meet with me over a cup of coffee for 30 minutes, or get on a Zoom call, or get on a call, or watch this video? So those are some of the examples that I use, and I really wanted to touch on cold market versus warm market. So your cold market is the people that you don't know, that you meet over social media, right? And the warm market is the people that know you by your name. They know maybe your family, they're your friends, etc. So I am going to recommend you, and I've gone through a lot of phases because I've been in the industry for 7 years. And you would think, well, in 7 years, I already contacted all my warm market. No, I haven't. The truth is I haven't. But a lot of times I get just tired of my warm market, and I decide to jump on my cold market. I really, especially when I was in the United States, I was trying, and we only had Mexico in actives. We weren't really open in the United States yet, I really wanted to like tap on that cold market on Facebook groups. And I just want to tell you that after several years of doing cold market over Facebook, Instagram, etc., it's hard, it's difficult, and it takes 4, maybe 5 times more effort. You do have to talk to 100 people sometimes to be able to maybe get one, right? And I know a lot of the time you can get lucky, but the reality is really a lot harder. Your warm market is just going to be so much easier because they know you, they can trust you, and we already know, we've heard this 100 times. You cannot give the wrong information to the right person or the right information to the wrong person. So always start with your warm market, and continue to build that database. I'm always adding people on my Facebook, putting them on my database in written that I have with my little notebook from Actives. However, I am not going to say do not use social media, because you would be obsolete if you don't. Social media is great. And for example, Griselda is my organization, is here with us. I met her through social media on Facebook groups. And it was great. I mean, she was ready. She signed up right away. Within a few weeks, she was in Utah at a conference with us. And we've been working together for years, and we're the best of friends now. But it's difficult. It's very, very difficult. I would say way more difficult than tapping on your warm market. And I know that the people that love you and trust you, a lot of times they're even harder. And yes, I've had that too. But regardless, you do have a ton of people. Like I still have a ton of people that I haven't contacted yet, right? After 7 years. So don't get frustrated. If you've been in the industry for quite some time and you're thinking that you're running out of warm market, you are not. Definitely not. Just keep adding more people to your database, because you're going to remember who's friends with somebody that you may not be best of friends, but you know, and they know you. So feel free to contact them, right? And step number 3, don't do 100% social media because you think that you don't have any more warm market. Because I've been there, and it's been very hard, because after doing, I do this, like in 1 week, you contact 100 people, right? And I've been able to do that, to talk to 100 people, right? And not sign up anybody. And it's frustrating because it's a lot of work. You imagine responding to 100 people. So I was on my phone the entire time, all the time, responding, doing Zoom calls, doing 3-way calls, etc. And it can get frustrated. However, I wanted to share with you. I wanted to share with you this video that I made on my iMovie phone. I have an iPhone, and we do have this iMovie, and there's all kinds of apps that you can use, but I use iMovie for this video. One night that I was, thinking, what is it that I can post? Because I do love to post things on my social media. And I created this video. Okay, maybe let's, there you go. So, sorry, I get distracted really easily. So I created this short video with really images that would tell my story without me saying it, just to pick interest. And if you're gonna look at my social media, I am not really talking so much about products. I'm not pushing product. I'm mostly showing a lifestyle. And that really has helped me with my business, especially on, sorry, here we go. Especially on with this video. This one has probably been seen thousands of times. And every time somebody sees it and picks their interest, they contact me. So I use the law of attraction. You probably have heard that. And the law of attraction is simply being thankful, being grateful, and posting this lifestyle that we've been able to create. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with my super fancy car that I'm driving, or the fact that I invested in land or building, townhouses in Mexico. It's mostly about, spending time with my family, going to an excursion with my daughters, um, being able to make lunch for them and be with them, or spend a month on the beach, or going to the beach with them, So there's several ways that you can, without having to lie or create a life that is not yours, just being you and being grateful. And I want to kind of quickly share this video because you can definitely do it. I created this video um, actually before we even launched Actives, with pictures that I had before, and I haven't created a new one because this one just works great. So it's just about what it is about. It doesn't say actives or anything. It talks about being a mompreneur, being a full-time mom that had a dream, that dream became my mission and my purpose in life, right? Which was impacting moms. That's one of my passions, is working with moms. Most of my organization are moms, and I love it. So this is kind of the video. It's in Spanish, but you will get it. Here it goes. At the end, it just says join the mompreneur. So most people, this just generates interest. It's like, okay, so how is it that you as a full-time mom were able to work from home in an international business, and you see all these faces, happy people, right? And they can identify themselves with those people, and then create a little story. And it's super short, and honestly, every time I share it, I get at least, I've gotten some hundreds of people asking questions. And then a lot of times I get, 10, 20, 30. And it just helps me. Now, that's my cold market. And again, I use it. I continue to contact my cold market. But just my advice is, don't forget about your warm market and continue to do your warm market. Last month, or this month actually, I made like a little post on my Facebook saying how grateful I was for, what has happened in my life, and the people that have been impacted, and how that has impacted my life. And just, it didn't say anything about Actives. It just said I was inspired that one day, and I just posted that with one picture of me with my computer working on the beach. And then I got lots of people asking questions. And then after that post, I signed up 2 of my good friends that they know about what I'm doing, but they haven't really been ready. And then they were the ones that contacted me and say, let's sit down and talk again, because I have been meditating this Deepak Chopra thing. I've been asking for something to come to me that I could do that will give me again that, that purpose in life. I love being with my kids. I love being home, but I need something more than just that. So, wow, and they were my warm market. I posted it, and honestly, they were on my list in about 3 or 4 years ago, and I really haven't talked to them again. So I know that there's people on your list, or that have been on your list, or on your mind, or on your Facebook, that you haven't lately contacted. So just make sure you keep being grateful. You keep posting about the things that excite you, and that when the people are ready, they will also come to you. You will pick their interest. Just try not to be super pushy all about product, because then people think that you're selling them something, and people don't like to be sold on things. They like to buy, or they like to, be part of of something bigger than whatever is it that they are part of. And then the last note that I wanted to share with you is just be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Okay, try not to. I know it's hard because a lot of times we're going in a different direction than what the 95% of the people are doing. I just want to let you know that whatever that you're dreaming of, that is in your heart or is in your head, or maybe it was in your heart, in your head, but you just haven't been able to dream it again because you feel that, it just hasn't happened. Just keep at it. Just keep at it. Keep moving. Go in the pace, whatever pace that is okay with you at the point that you're in your life. But just keep moving and be yourself. You cannot be anybody else. Okay, be yourself, and regardless of your pace, you will continue to grow as long as you're connected, as long as you're growing as a person. I am experiencing all kinds of new things with my own team since this quarantine period, whereas all of us kind of join forces, and every morning we start with a 15-minute motivation training, and a lot of it has to do with personal development. And I cannot tell you how excited, I don't think I've been this excited in many years. What this quarantine has done on my team, it's incredible. And just the way we're all holding hands and grabbing each other and being like, we're going through this. I mean, and the sales just went to the roof since this pandemic. And I don't think it has to do with anything other than ourselves and what is it that we're transmitting, making people feel. And wow, it really is the best time. This is really our best time. What we're bringing to the table and what we're bringing to people's life is something that, they're not going to find anywhere else. I really don't think so. And I just want you to believe on that, because that's what you're going to create. So with that, I want to really thank you, Paige, for having me on this, on your space. And thank you guys for listening to me. Let me share with you a little bit of my journey. And I hope this is inspiration to you, because I have been whatever that you're at. I've been there. I just wanted to let you know that I've been there. And we know that success is like this, right? We're going to have our ups and our downs, but just stay at it. Don't forget the reason why you joined. And we're here. I'm here for any questions that you may have. I think we have another 6 minutes. I'll be happy to tell you anything that you want to know. Thank you, Paige.
Thank you, Claudina. That was an amazing presentation.